The British relation with princely states of Odisha. The feudatory states, also known as native states or princely states or Gadjat states or tributary mahals, were 26 in number by the time of the merger with the province of Odisha in 1948 to 1949. Those feudatory states divided into three groups were: States of Central Odisha. There were 19 states of Central Odisha. 1. Angul. 2. Athgad. 3. Athmallik. 4. Baki. 5. Bodh. 6. Baramba. 7. Daspalla. 8. Dhenkanal. 9. Hindol. 10. Khandapara. 11. Keonjhar. 12. Mayurbhanj. 13. Narsirnahapur. 14. Nayagad. 15. Nilgiri. 16. Pal Lahra. 17. Talcher. 18. Tigriya. 19. Ranpur. Two of them, Baki and Angul, were annexed to British Odisha in 1840 and 1847 respectively. States under Central Provinces. There were 4 states under Central Provinces. 1. Sonepur. 2. Kalahandi. 3. Bamanda. 4. Rairkhoi. Later transferred to Odisha Division in 1905. Transferred states to Odisha Division. 2 like states. 1. Gangapur. 2. Bonai. Were transferred to Odisha Division from Chotanagpur in 1905. Features of British and feudatory states relationship. Indirect control by the British. Feudatory states in Odisha were governed indirectly, in contrast to British Odisha, which was under direct administration by the British government. The British government held the position of the paramount or sovereign authority, while the feudatory states were considered subordinate allies. This arrangement established a hierarchical relationship between the British government and the feudatory states, with the British government exercising greater control and authority. Policy of no interference. The British adopted a policy of no interference in the internal affairs of the feudatory states. Regulation 12 of 1805 exempted 19 states from the obligation to implement the administrative laws of British-ruled territory in Odisha. In the early phase of British rule, efforts were made to cultivate the goodwill and cooperation of the feudatory states. The intention behind this approach was to maintain a harmonious relationship with the feudatory states and secure their support for British rule. Policy of laissez-faire. The policy of laissez-faire, which emphasized non-interference in the internal affairs of the feudatory states, changed around 1813. The British began to demand loyalty from the chiefs of the states and the maintenance of public peace. They started interfering in the internal matters of the feudatory states, as seen in the cases of Dhenkanal and Mayurbhanj. This shift in policy reflected a more assertive approach by the British towards the feudatory states and a desire to exert greater control over their governance. Creation of Office of the Superintendent of the Tributary Mahals. The Office of the Superintendent of the Tributary Mahals was created in 1814 and its powers were defined in Regulation 11 of 1816. The chiefs of the feudatory states were responsible for administering civil and criminal justice within their respective states, but serious offences and cases involving capital punishment were referred to the superintendent. The superintendent had the authority to handle cases related to inheritance, succession, and other claims. Edward Impey, the judge-magistrate of Cuttack, became the first superintendent in 1814. The creation of the superintendent's office brought the Gadjat states under closer British supervision, while maintaining non-interference in the internal affairs of the states. In 1817, the Commissioner of Odisha was appointed as the Superintendent of the Tributary Mahals, replacing the judge-magistrate of Cuttack. Government interference in the feudatory states was limited and allowed only in cases of political nature, such as feuds among chiefs, defiance or violation of loyalty to the government, and oppression by the chiefs. In 1821, the chiefs of Baki and Angul were imprisoned, and their states were annexed to British Odisha on political grounds. The impact of the Revolt of 1857. The Great Indian Revolt of 1857 brought about a change in British policy towards the Odishan chiefs. In 1862, the British Crown conferred sanads, official documents, on the chiefs, granting them hereditary titles of Raja and guaranteeing them the right of adoption. The loyalty and cooperation of the Odishan chiefs during the Great Revolt of 1857 influenced the British government to adopt a conciliatory and friendly policy towards them. As a recognition for their services during that period, the chiefs of Mayurbhanj and Keonjhar were conferred the title of Maharaja. In November 1874, Sir Richard Temple, the Lieutenant Governor, felicitated the chiefs in a grand darbar, official assembly, held at Cuttack. The relationship between the chiefs and the British government was redefined, emphasizing the renewed moral responsibility of the British government for ensuring good governance in the states. The British government reserved the right to interfere in cases of oppression, violation of law and order, disputed succession, and similar matters within the states. Results of the relation with feudatory states. The British power gained from such policies. The rulers of the states became loyal supporters of the British Raj. They vied with each other to gain favor of the government officials. By virtue of the right of supervision of state administration, the government could interfere in their administration as and when necessary. The feudatory chiefs in many cases were negligent and in some cases oppressive. They could continue, despite their maladministration, if they could manage to get the favor of the paramount sovereign authority. Maladministration was almost chronic. As a result, discontent grew among the peasants who constituted the bulk of population. Disturbances and agrarian revolts broke out in many of the states such as in Baud, Atmalik, Keonjhar and Nayagad in the later half of 19th century. British relation with feudatory chiefs in 20th century. The growth of national consciousness among the people became a concern for the British authorities. The British aimed to maintain a more cordial relationship with the feudatory chiefs while encouraging them to prioritize the welfare of the people. Two significant steps were taken in this regard: the appointment of a political agent and the preparation of the Feudatory States Manual. Sir Andrew Fraser, the Lieutenant Governor of Bengal, recommended the appointment of a political agent for the feudatory states of Odisha under the control of the Commissioner of Odisha. In 1906, L.C.B. Cobdenramse was appointed as the political agent for the feudatory states of Odisha. The sanads, official documents, granted to the feudatory states served as the basis for the Feudatory States Manual, which provided guidelines for the chiefs to effectively discharge their responsibilities. The chief's dignity was recognized as a valuable asset, and efforts were made to assist them in fulfilling their responsibilities. The Feudatory States Manual aimed to maintain good relations with the chiefs, ensure sound administration, and prevent nationalist uprisings within the states. In states under direct British administration, the political agent acted as the chief authority, subject to the control of the commissioner. So, this is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. To get the note of this video, scan the above QR code or check description to get the link. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day.